Hello, my name is Julia Kirilcheva and I'm an architect, interior designer and artist. Welcome to my channel. Here I talk about useful life hacks for beautiful interiors and more. In this video, I'll tell about how this great kitchen is made. I tell about the design solution, materials, finishes, and not obvious but important points. And let's see how it's done. In this apartment, the kitchen is part of a single area with a living room. We wanted function, fashion and comfort in one package for it. So we were willing to pay quite a bit more for some materials and finishes that are gonna achieve our purposes. The plan was simple. We didn't have a big budget for kitchen, but we didn't want to use cheap materials. We will do a little, but at a very high quality. In general, we decided to make everything in the living room very aesthetic and allocate a little more money to the materials in the kitchen itself. As usual, all good and beautiful in interior design begin with the right plan, functionality and ergonomics. Over here we have a stove, countertop, sink, fridge, dishwasher, oven and a vent. The upper cabinets are vertical and simple, and the lower bases are like this, because of the different needs. How I planned this kitchen will be explained in great detail in this video and the link will be here. We immediately agreed with the customer that we do everything in the shades of grey, and I am a fan of minimalism and the most architectural approach for design, and I was happy to do that. And of course we started to joke about 50 shades of grey and the joke like, well, are we gonna do the playing room, Mr. Grey? So anything turned out aesthetically pleasing but simple. The idea is that when the kitchen merges with the color of the walls, it will take up a little less space visually. The kitchen becomes part of the wall and the shape of the room as a whole, and in this case, both the kitchen's back paneling and the countertop become the main emphasis and decoration. We chose these grey facades in Ikea and everything else was selected to match this pearl grey color. Here we chose a dark grey porcelain stoneware imitating natural stone. The format is 60 by 80. The pattern is horizontal. The surface is glossy. And the whole wall is trimmed with these stones. And so it turns out that in the living room there is a wall with a large window. The wall opposite is tiled. And here there is the kitchen and the rest of the walls are simply painted. And here we see a piece of hallway. In fact, we didn't lay the tiles behind the cabinet. Instead, we brought to the required height for the cabinet. But it looks like the whole wall is tiled. We shouldn't forget a super important point. It's necessary to consider the attachment points of the cabinets so that everything fits together during the installation. That is, if we had tile here, but not here, then the installation depth would be different and this is a significant problem. I definitely like getting tile under furniture more. It looks neat and beautiful because the tiles and furniture are joined correctly. For this tile, we picked up an artificial stone for the countertop. This is Hymac, the Marmor series. Horizontal pattern. This is Foggia. This stone color includes many shades of grey, from dark to light, in the form of stains and spots. It matches perfect. The texture of the stone resembles natural marble as much as possible. Altogether, it's very nice. The edge is processed like this, and here we made a minimal side. This is a customer request. You can skip this side in a situation where there is tile and stone. It's up to you. Technically, this is possible if the walls are perfectly straight and you have a joining 1 to 2 mm. Artificial stone countertop, of course, is incredibly fancy. It has a sophisticated appearance, it's easier to clean, and it has superb qualities. Only price tag will make you pause. We chose this dark sink. This is Blonica. The color is called anthracite. The sink is excellent, I like it. Here it is after a year of use. And we chose this faucet with pull-out watering can. It's tall, looks cool, and it's pretty comfortable. In front of the kitchen we tiled part of the floor. The same is in the hallway. Here we chose imitation black marble. In combination with parquet, it's incredibly chic and beautiful. Floor design is always associated with the zoning of rooms. So, for example, the floor shows us here is the kitchen area, and here is the living space area, and we will walk barefoot on the parquet. This is an imitation of narrow makin. These are not dust or crumbs. These are specks on the tile. But keep in mind that unlike other colors, dust and dirt are extremely visible on black. But with a smooth surface, it's much easier to clean everything than it would be with a matte or textured rough surface. The grout matches in tone. The seams are minimal. Over here, black creates such a contrasting accent for the whole interior, and we supported it with a dark sink and glass in the dresser. Don't forget about the correct layout and selection of the pattern. Although the patterns are chaotic, all the tiles are different and some will look better together than others. This also applies to the kitchen's back paneling and all the similar things that you will see in my other videos. It was selected literally by hand, and we put the tiles together to see how everything looks. And another super important point about starting a mock-up is to be sure that you pay attention to cropping. At the kitchen's back paneling, I start with a whole tile from the main viewpoint and do the same thing on the floor. It's a bit more complicated with the floor, because the whole pattern is slanted at an angle and also in the hallway. This is due to the general concept of the room and the entire layout. Beginner designer note not to do this. It requires experience. Sockets and switches are also part of the interior. Here I used a grey metallic from the Zenith collection. Here a couple of outlets, and here is such a group with a switch. If you are selecting only the for kitchen's back paneling and countertop, then you could choose something darker. But over here we have this series throughout the apartment, and in combination with other silver elements, the entire pearl grey palette looks very nice. The light here is made like this. There are several options for the evening, brighter and more glamorous. That's actually all about the design of this kitchen. These are not the most budget-friendly decisions, but here they are appropriate. You can see the entire playlist for this apartment at the link below. And now, let's discuss the important points of this design. This side of the kitchen is completely open and visible from the hallway. Therefore, I ordered an additional large panel here, and we made the ends of the facades here, and here, and everything turned out beautifully. It's important to consider the thickness of the panel immediately when planning the kitchen, so that the sockets and conclusions under the water are in place. And the total length of the kitchen is also important. Here we have 3 inserts that are 14 mm in length, which overall adds 4.5 cm to the length of the kitchen, which is significant here. A little more and it wouldn't fit. And it's important to think about how the baseboards will attach and where to stop the baseboard in front of the fridge. I chose these handles and they're a rare find. They look cool and comfortable. Choose the maximum length. This is just beautiful. Please note that the handles on the upper drawers and on the fridge are usually done vertically. To be more exact, Ikea's program does it automatically, but this is also convenient and looks super stylish. Don't forget, please, to consider how your fridge opens. If it goes towards the wall, like here, then it's better to do this panel. Here cabinets are not up to the ceiling. The height of the kitchen is 2.5 and the ceiling above the kitchen is 2.7. The hood is traditionally hidden here. This box was made in order to hide ventilation from view. This top row of tiles gives the impression that the entire wall is tiled. So, inside the box, this solution also allows to use the box almost as full. and then the duct goes into the box and behind the ceiling to the appcast. Here the outer corner, because this porcelain tile is impossible to cut at a 45-degree angle. And here is the wallpaper, and this corner must be closed. I picked up a color and shape to match the tile, and from the living room you can see only a thin neat edge. And from the hallway, the corner matches the reflective wallpaper pattern. Please like this video if you like this kitchen and it was useful for you, and write your questions in the comment section below and I'll answer all of them. So see you and bye bye!